comes across in the way she sings and everything. And I think it's her tagline, which I think is on her t-shirt, is "Born with a vagina, raised with balls." I really like that. Whoa! It's got that kind of fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. She's got creativity coming out every which way.
Absolutely.
Evidently. So next up, Mike, is another one of the bands, and Veni Vidi Vici.
Yeah, so Veni Vidi Vici, at some point on one of the shows, I called my favourite band at the moment, or my new favourite band, which is my new favourite hashtag. And they are one of my new favourite bands. They're absolutely brilliant. Veni Vidi Vici is 4 young women that play kind of grungy, rocky, kind of guitar music with this really nice kind of pop element running through. And I think last time we played them on the show, I said, if the kind of guitar music is going to get back into the mainstream, which has kind of been off really, if you look at the Grammys and stuff, it's kind of all Beyonce and Adele and everything else. It's been off for a while now. If it's going to go back, it's a band like this that's going to break it through, where it meets that crossover between the real underground hardcore scene and the kind of slightly easier listening, radio friendly kind of stuff. And these girls should be the girls to do it. They're absolutely brilliant. So again, I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, well, just before I get the song, because you mentioned Adele, I gained so much more respect from her when she decided to start that David Bowie song over again, because she knew she wasn't doing it properly.
Absolutely. I think Adele's actually really good. And
my
point there is more, she's not a rock band like in the 90s and the early 2000s. The charts was full of what we would rock artists, I suppose. And now it's kind of basically, because it's cheaper for record companies to pay one person, they tend to do a lot of singer-songwriter artists or R&B groups, don't they? So, absolutely agree with you, and that was a really good moment, I thought, for Adele, actually, and she went up. The other thing I really respect is that she was on the Jimmy Fallon show, and she did, I think it was the Jimmy Fallon show, and she did, I don't know what it's called, but there's a feature where they're in a room with a load of kids' instruments, and they all play, and she played one of her songs, and it was better than the original. It was absolutely stunning. It was really good.
Right on. So let's get to Veni Vidi Vici, and this is called Innocence. Dig this.
You will
Veni Vidi Vici, Innocence. That was a cool tune, and it was like such a jump in almost like styles and just like the fullness of the song, meaning like they go from kind of creepy, kind of eerie to like almost kind of like rock pop. So it's like going like trying to think of a good example, but one's going from hard rock to the Breeders, which is cool because I like the Breeders too. But just it was pretty cool that way. I mean, they were kind of all over the place, but in an organized way.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one of those we've talked before about that kind of fusion of 5 or 6 decades of music that's coming out now, and it's kind of, I suppose, what you could call postmodern era of electronic music or whatever. However pretentious you want to go with it, but I think they really represent that, and I think the cool thing about that, like I drive around a lot for work, but I also drive my son who's 5 around, to swimming and other things like that at the weekends, and whenever I put this band on, he sings along, which is that whole thing about it being accessible, and he also argues with the lyrics because he says you can't be a shadow, and he's very perceptive like that and literal, but it's kind of but I think that's your kind of that's your next generation of people that are going to get stuff like this, and it's accessible, and that's just going to turn them on. It's a gateway drug to heavy metal and punk and everything else. Yeah. I think that's a great thing. I think here's a quote for the website. I think Veni Vidi Vici are the cannabis of rock and roll.
Nice. There you go.
Look at that. We've got to hashtag that, right?
Yeah, right.
I think they're absolutely brilliant. I was fortunate enough to see them live at their single launch. They released a single after the EP that this appears on a couple of months ago. And Ivan from Riff Taff, who I've mentioned before on the show, took me to see them. He's kind of helping them out, booking gigs and stuff outside of Brighton. And he said that you've got to get these guys on, and that's what started this whole conversation. That's how we came up with this gig on Friday. So they're playing just before us, and again, every band could be a headline band, and I think they played a show last night. They headlined one recently, and apparently just blew the crowd away, and I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. They're absolutely brilliant.
Right on. So,
yeah, I thought they were really good too, and I had said the guitar sound actually sounds like really early Danzig stuff. Just the way that it's kind of it has a really, I can't even tell. I almost want to say it sounded like they might have been tuned down a half step, but I mean they just kind of had those weird licks, and it just sounded really cool. So I was really into it, and it did have a really cool 90s alternative, especially with the vocals. Yeah, I did get the Breeders in there. I almost got a little bit of Hole too, because it just kind of sounded it did sound a little bit of Courtney Love in there, at least it brought back for me. But it was a good tune.
Right on. So next up we have a brand new one by Wild Horse, and this is another one of your new favorites, right, Mike?
Yeah, my new favourite band, at least once on the show. So Wild Horse, I want to have the pleasure of playing with Wild Horse one day in the future. They are, I think, between 17 and 22-ish or something, and we've kind of talked about them before as, again, another one that's the future of rock and roll, and to be playing such classical sounding, by classical I mean classic rock sounding music at such a young age, and to have so much passion and energy, I think is incredible. So I really enjoy these. This came out, I think, last Saturday, and I didn't quite have time to get it on the show, so I put it in for this week. And yes, it's brand new from Wild Horse. We've loved everything they've done so far, and I'm sure you'll love this as well.
And makes me happy I'm wearing my Hendrix shirt tonight, so
hey,
yeah, right. So,
nice.
Here we go with Wild Horse, and go dig this.
Folks, ain't no chance. Staying here every night and day. Long Island he gets your own way. Hey, doors open wide and you know what you gotta do. Yeah, you gotta go. I can't stay here with no entertainment. Go. You don't need me to tell you direction. Go. Don't stare at the mirror watching your reflection. Go. Get in the car now, drive away. In front is right, but behind is gray. I wanna get hammered, that's what she said. Your fault tricks is wrong, but you do it anyway. Alcohol and jellies, they'll never get me down. Yeah, you gotta go. I can't stay here with no entertainment. Go. You don't need me to tell you direction. Go. Don't stare at the mirror watching your reflection. Go.
Wild Horse and Go. Now, man, that beginning really reminded me of Rolling Stones, like big time, and that was so cool because it was like Rolling Stones, but they put their like this crazy spin on it, and for kids, man, that's just unbelievable sound.
Isn't it stunning? Yeah, I mean, do you know what? It doesn't surprise me to say this. We're not the only people that have picked up on the fact they're a bit Rolling Stonesy.
Yeah.
I noticed someone else saying it recently, and that's cool. It's kind of clear. But you're so right in that they completely put their own twist on that. You know, we all want to be in bands like the Rolling Stones, and we all want to be Jimi Hendrix and in Led Zeppelin in a past life, and perhaps these guys are in a kind of overlapping past life that I don't know. I don't really follow astrology, but whatever it is, these guys rock, and that's a really, really good new tune. I love the breakdown in that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Brian, One Man Standing, Brian and I have a love for wah pedals. In fact, all three of us, I think, have a love for wah pedals. Rather than using a wah pedal, they just said wah wah. And I was like, that's a different take on it. I'll go with that. So,
how much easier would Voodoo Child be if you just go with the wah wah with your mouth, right? Wah 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 wah.
Goodness.
Get one of those. What were those tube things called? Guns N' Roses had it, didn't they, in Rocket Queen or something?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, they're brilliant. Wild Horse are recording an EP soon, so these are all kind of tracks they're just kind of putting out, and I think they're actually recorded mostly live, not like live at a gig, but live in the